Hello everybody, my name's David, you can call me Zen. Welcome on in! We're playing some Persona 5 The Phantom X, and why don't we go on ahead and just kind of get started with everything. I played a little bit earlier today, so we don't have to worry too badly about, like, daily activities like we were doing in the previous one. If we need to go on ahead and farm things elsewhere, we can, but for now, we have a good amount to do, I would probably say. The biggest thing that we're going to be trying to accomplish today is going to be finishing up the rest of the Astrolabe. Not sure what it's formally called, but we have four different little battles that we basically need to finish. The thing that's going to make this a bit of a challenge is that I need to there's going to be an attempt where I'm going to need to rescind the twins because I think I want to use their sweeper form to fight the Alpha 2 Stella. But we will worry about that when we get there. So this is DPS Wonder Stage. This looks like just a use case stage, but if I use an assassin, I'm pretty sure I could just run down. And then we have the Alpha 2. So let's keep it simple. Let's start here. This one, historically, from what I've been hearing, is a very not easy one. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and use buffer twins, actually. And obviously we're relying on resonances here. So we have kind of two different directions that we can kind of go with this. We can keep buffer twins and then go with something like, we can bring Phoebe, and we still have an extra use of Tempest Rico. So this is where things are going to be kind of interesting, I would think. Because there's some people use sweeper twins here, some people use buffer twins with Wind Vast. And I'm kind of a little wishy-washy at the moment on which team composition I kind of want to experiment with this with. So because we are not rocking a healer, let's see. It's going to be a little stressful. Not world-endingly so, but I think that this might be doable. Because obviously there is an additional world where I could just, like, switch this over to that and then have them be healers, but just for right now, this is going to be more of an explorer's run to just get a feel for what people were kind of saying. And I think having the Mobius battle theme kick in right when it did, that was just kind of funny. All right, so let's open up with Blossoming Season. So let's see. That one boosts up attack outright, and that does a pierce rate. I think that's fine. Hold on, I need to actually see if these individually have mechanics. Final damage taken by 30%. Okay. These guys don't seem to have like any notable like combat issues. So the way that that reads to me is that I can probably afford a touch bit more aggression. Emphasis on a touch. And one of the other things that I do have to be careful, since I am using Phoebe here. Let's see. We'll focus the center one down, or at least try to. So the only thing that we really can do here is that we could try to set up for a very, very like big resonance hit. And if we can kind of keep like a similar energy going amongst it, then I think we'll be sitting pretty. Okay. That was a good crit. Okay. To me, that looks more doable. Though we are running a bit of the risk of not running a sustain, which is kind of stressful. Okay. Yeah, I have to do wind barrier here. I would rather not, but I think I do have to double up. Just make sure the team survives. So in an ideal world, we should only really need to okay. This one is not going to hit nearly as hard as the first one. And that's purely for the fact that we had to burn as much as we did just to make sure that we lived. But that doesn't mean we can't try. The whole point of this is supposed to be a lot closer to an explorer run. Let's see what Katone's crit rate is at the moment. Can I live? Ooh, 60%. Nope, I don't think I can risk it. Gonna go ahead and use Rebellion on her then. The 60% crit rate is not great. I really wish I pulled her weapon. That wouldn't have nearly as much of an issue. Okay, it's at 80 now, so that's not the worst. Damn, even with the crit. All right, we can afford one more tempted build. But yeah, this team already seems more than capable. I am gonna use the Twins offensive ult here, I think. Because other guy needs to go. All right. I'm going to use a wind barrier here just because I think that that'll be the most helpful at this point in time. So survivability isn't too out of the question. All right. We're gonna have a very powerful invigorating blend here, so I'm not Not too stressed about that yet. Okay. I'm gonna use Arrival of Spring here. Because for the most part, it's just because I need the twins to somehow be able to take that other dude. Dang, I wish the skill 3 counted as like a proper resonance. Please be enough. Okay. First try? First try. All right. That was a little stressful. But you guys have to admit, that was pretty chill. Okay, so that is an example of a team composition that you could use for the fight. I am going to run an ad really quick because I need to step away for just 1 second, and then we'll continue on with the next one. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is DPS Wonder time. So let's see. If I were a DPS Wonder, trying to remember exactly what the setup was for him, because obviously you want Yoshitsune. Oh, attack with unique skills. Oh dear. Where is he? Can I just use Jinko Kuten on myself? Is that a thing? So let's see. We have a nice handful of supports, and so I'm trying to figure out who would be ideal. Okay. This team looks solid enough. Except Wonder is the fastest thing on the block. See, the problem is that I don't know a DPS Wonder persona set. Why are all y'all so slow? Unless, do you have like a speed up thing? No. So I'm confusion. Cause yeah, who do we use for this? Okay. There we go. I learned about bangs on the internet browsers. I wish I could like easily explain what I mean. But it's when you tell like your internet browser to specifically search up something. Okay. So I'm trying to think out loud. Well, I am thinking out loud. Norn wouldn't be bad. Just to apply things like this. Okay, yeah. This should be fine enough. I don't actually know riddles like what her go-to is. It's probably S1. Or just Barrier for Wonder. And we smash it. Then we'll increase our own crit rate. So both of them have the knockdown thing, so I'm not too worried. Okay. Whose highlight would be the most appropriate here? How many? Wait, can I see how many stacks of mystery you got? So only 14% damage increase. I'm pretty sure I know what I want to do. So the strategy should be relatively simple from here. We're not looking too bad on the damage front. I think it's literally just repeating exactly what we just did. So now some could argue that I should have did a 3-turn rotation there, but it's fine. All right, this is one of the very few times I think using the I'd rather not use Icy Defense if I didn't have to, but I wasn't confident. But so that this does a good amount. I want to get them low enough for like an all-out attack type vibe. There we go. I appreciate that that wasn't supposed to be like exceedingly hard. All right, so Makoto Vino rush down. Let's call him my name. We can use regular Moko here just because, honestly, we can still probably get away with using Riddle. And Chaos should be okay here. Because I know for a fact that I can do a rush down of this. This is not this one is not like, this team is not too crazy. I'm sorry if I keep blitzing through everything in one turn. This is gonna be so awkward. This is such a good song, by the way. But I love Xenoblade 3 soundtrack. See, a lot of people like doing Crash Out like first thing. I've never been a fan. Okay. Imperial Purge is not bad here. $85K is not bad. Okay, Bullseye Bombers landed and connected. Okay, but doubling into Milkoto was not appreciated. Okay. I'm like, my team could do a little bit more damage than this. Okay, there we go. Those are the numbers I'm used to seeing. And you gotta be kidding me. Funnily enough, I think that Wonder could handle this. But I'm more or less annoyed by the Makoto focusing. Then let's use Riddle's ult then. Oh yeah, this is relatively free. If RNG was a little bit better, Makoto would have finished the fight, but that's okay. I swear my goal was not to like reach this point as early as like 30 minutes into the stream. I promise that was not my intention. Props to the people who made Makoto work. I think the play for me is to free up the twins. So where can I free them up? Probably here. All right. So the reason why I wanted to free them up here of all places is because I think I've used the twins in most of the other fights I used the twins in were difficult fights where using the twins was an appropriate choice. Yeah, even just in this brief looking around. Yep, one. Sorry, how many times have I used the twin so far? I don't remember. But it's not fully. Let's see if we can beat this with Fire Team. Just so that way I don't have to think, like, hard about the choices. Yeah, we can use Marion here. One, two, three. On his rotation's kind of weird, but well, I'll figure it out. So yeah, I think we want to use Healing Grace on her this turn. This will, if you're wondering why I healed her when she's already full HP, it's more so because, let's do Rebellion first, actually. Okay, not awful damage. But you can tell that technicals are like the way this is supposed to be ran. Compassionate Cure. Like, we don't have to actually worry about people's HP in this, but Minami's buffs are probably not bad here. Oh, did neither of these two get burned? Are they immune to... Interesting. Oh, so these guys are resistant to burn. I mean, that's fine. Just, that's annoying. So that means, like, Key's just here to be effectively a body? Unless the burn finally went through. Debilitate on her, that's just foul. Okay, I think we're finally gonna get the burn on every... Please? Didn't realize that burn was gonna be so much of a chance thing for me this go around. All right, now I can actually set up like correctly. The big difference between the two technicals is kind of crazy though. All right, let's see. Did I not get a... I mean, whatever, but... I thought that would have been at least a little bit better for me. All right, the defense down should help, and then making sure that on crits should also be a big boon. And now we're doing technicals to both of them. All right, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So now, this one I am going to try to brute force with the twins a little bit, so that's partially what you're going to see here. Which I think is more than reasonable. I think the thing that I'm going to have to kind of watch out for is actually how much damage that they do on a turn-to-turn basis. I forgot to switch the twins. Remember to make sure that whoever you decide to challenge or fight with, make sure that your twins are also the correct variant. I could also see Tropical Motoha working here, just because of the bless damage increase. But I don't know, the twins have done so much for me that I'm just like, why don't we just keep using the twins? Like, don't fix what isn't broken. Know what I mean? Okay. Almighty damage is so... Alright. Uh-huh. God, I just got whiplash to the, to that one fight. All right, no crits. Okay, so with no crits, all right, so where does exactly that leave us? Probably with S2. More buffs for the twins. I think we kind of want to do a highlight here, actually. As much as it might be seen as an optimal, all right, damage isn't bad. It's more so now just trying to keep the party, like, safe. I'm surprised that everybody's still alive. Oh, that's why. I totally forgot about how the strat initially worked. That's why you typically waited. Right, that shield should help. Let's get another rebellion on the twins. Okay, I goofed. That's on me. Surprisingly, though, it's not the end. It doesn't seem like the end of the world so far, though. But the shields is actually helping out a ton. The sustaining part's been a little spooky. But thankfully not world ending. Okay. I'm gonna do what I did last time where I actually hold my ults. I didn't pay attention to if I had to kill some of these guys at the same time. It might just be a survival to the fittest sort of deal. All right, good, good, good. Damage is being spread out. Appreciative of that. And so now we basically just do the secondary setup again. Sweeper Twins is so strong. I don't think I want to. I think I'm gonna play it safe. I think that we are ahead in the grand scheme of things for damage. So I'm going to play it safe this round and just kind of try my best to make sure my party lives. If I have to redo it, then that's fine. It was more so that I had gotten some bad combat RNG. And thank you for the encouragement, Kel. Always appreciate it. Tempest, come on. I figured as much. Okay. I don't think we're in an awful spot. But our spot's not great. Oh, that wasn't ready? That's weird. Normally it is. Okay. I was wholeheartedly expecting the thing to be ready. I mean, it's so many things went wrong on this last turn. That's so unbelievable. Sad thing is that I still have a pretty good, strong chance of clearing. Yeah, because ultimately the thing that's going to be sad here. Okay, still cleared. The power of Xenoblade 3. So, I managed to do the thing. I thought that was going to take more attempts than what ended up actually happening. Yeah, because pretty much all you guys really need to know is that I cleared all this delay and clear all delay within one season of trial of Astrolabe using the minimum amount of willpower. That means that in all 13 missions, there's 13, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so in all 13 missions, I have I've beaten all 13 delay. Oh, and I can't get my extra rewards yet until next week? Yeah. So next week I'll be able to get reap all these extra rewards, basically. But yeah, I mean, we completed that part. Like I mentioned before, I was actually kind of surprised that we were actually able to get through that section comfortably. And also, happy Wednesday and welcome on in. I think I said welcome earlier, but you can get double welcome, Mr. Moderator. You. All right, so I think all step 5 is done. So realistically, the thing that's kind of holding me back, funnily enough, is that I need to keep doing the city life stuff, but I am out of like city life energy. Reaches rank 18 with somebody, can't do that. Raises any social status level 20, can't do that. So that's not going to be done for a little while. So this is probably the part where I actually kind of quickly go through and see like, okay, what can I do right now? Moderator, lead moderators, same potatoes. Oh, I need to get Throne. I didn't realize that there was a new persona available. So I'll take a new persona firstly. Yeah, I didn't have Throne before, so I will take him. It's not a new month yet. Okay. The reason why we wanted Throne, by the way, was because with him being a newer persona, he gives me as Wonder more points to utilize. Because now if we go over to Wonder, I can increase his shield effect up again. If you're wondering, these two are pretty inconsequential to level compared to literally every other stat. So that's why I'm just kind of going back and forth between them. Part of me wants to go and farm these bells to like start maxing out some of these characters a little bit better. Saba, do you need anything? Oh. You 100% did. Alright, so you need 6 more of those. You need 10 more of those. Goodness. I'm happy that I got a lot of people up into like the 90s and 100 rain. I'm thinking that at least what I'm doing right now is that I'm at least making sure that my 5 costs, like my 5 costs should be doing a lot better than how they are doing. And a lot of it's just because I was too lazy to level up their skills. Mostly because I need those stupid gems. And Haru I can almost finish. Dang, even Leo's up there. You hate to see it. But yeah. Oh, we have new guild bosses. Oh, nuclear. I see. So nuclear is the first boss, sorry, and then Vishnu is the second boss. Did y'all hear the hee-haw? I heard the hee-haw. Okay, and then I can use Fire Team for that. So let's make quick work of our guild boss. Yeah, let's do this. I think this should be fine. All right. Does anyone have Makoto or the like on at the moment? Pun not intended. Wait. Your weapon's already almost... That's wild, wait. $5,000... So remember 5402 really fast. I want to check, compare with mine. Okay, so if I took his, the difference is minuscule, but I'd actually have more ulti rotations with that. And I'll actually be able to figure out something while we're running this because I took it. So the big thing that I'm trying to figure out is if we bring a oh right, I forgot the chord's A1. Right, okay. So wait, what do you do first turn? I guess you can do S1, S3, S2? Okay. So, how much damage is this going to do? Is it weird that I had recognized that so I keep forgetting that's because I don't necessarily have a camera on. You guys can't tell when I have like a reaction that shows my understanding of sorry, my understanding of let's see, of a certain thing, give or take. And so whenever I like try to listen to like a song very closely to figure out if I can establish a reference to it, it's always just very funny for me how quickly I can notice something like that here and there. All right, let's see. Also, it'd be like, is that all? All right, that's on Guildmate. Being in the top 153 for like the first round, by the way, is, I think, pretty good. Okay. All right, before we continue, I am going to double check something really quickly. Let's see. Cert for sure. Do I need help with the burn? I think it's more like 1, 2, 3. Say, is cord locked out for me? Yes. Okay. Is it bad that I feel like I don't really need yeah, that I don't really need the So, funnily enough, I think Wonder is enough for this, but we'll go on ahead and kind of find out the hard way. I forgot this dude gets a damage buff or not if I don't bring a, like, shielding or unit or the like. Okay, Mischief and whatever it's called. Could you imagine if he just ended up spamming Megadolion for a second? I almost pushed him to weaken without him spawning like all of his goons. I forget, is this the Chocobo thing? I know that, I think I saw that that was in this playlist. Oh no, it's Donkey Kong. I don't want to talk about it. Pretty much the only thing that needs to be communicated is that David can be a silly goose sometimes. I think that's the only thing that needs communicating. This is a fun arrangement, though. All right, increase fire damage taken. Okay. This ulti should be fire. No pun intended. I went for double falling star there just because it was the safe play to really try to get a lot of damage out. But yeah, these two are going to change quite quickly soon enough. But yeah. Okay. Oh, it's not my plans that I need stuff. It's in my... Not that. One of these days I'll figure it out where I need to be. That was not there before. I will take my free gold ticket now. But that was not there before. Do 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 do. Yeah, to admit, I'm a Kirby beatboxing professional. Oots, 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 oots. Yeah. Tell him. Bum bum ba ba dum ba da dum 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 bum bum bum. Sorry, I've always loved the Gourmet Race as a song. That's like a tiny bit better than what that might be a tiny bit better than what I'm using right now. And that's if the stats land in the correct spots. All right, let's see. Because I think the twins have the nativity set on right now. So let's see. It truly does depend on where the stats fall. Ooh, yikes. Might work from a toy, I guess. Oh, this one's not bad, or not the worst. That's a lot of gold cards I need to find homes for. Well, I'm glad I got some assist points there. Still not enough to get all these gecko coins, though. Then after that, I think I might just start spending these on the Konpaku gems. Alright. So, we're kind of at the point now where not necessarily that I don't have a lot to do, but it's kind of like, well, I finished the main portion of what was supposed to be the main meat of the stream earlier because I thought that that was going to be more difficult. And then I just happened to hit a point where I ended up beating everything in one go, and I'm like, yeah. Go me, I guess. Oh, I need to get another Emerald Charmer. Easy enough. No, actually, the Starry Night suit's like, thank you, Kel. That's... Thank you for redeeming Stretch. But yeah, so we're gonna be kind of ad-libbing the rest of stream, by the way. I'm mostly trying to get a little bit of a hammy stretch on, mostly for my legs, because I realized that I do not stretch my legs more specifically enough. I think that my shoulders and arms do get a decent amount of love throughout the day, but never my poor little legs. Well, you have the right idea, Kel. Just kind of took me off guard with that one. Part of me wants to get the refinement for Cord for her to be A1, but I just don't want to sit there and try to refigure out her rotations and stuff before because it completely changes her turn like 1 to me, and that sounds like more work to try to figure all that out. And Phoebe's not in the standard bin yet, so I can't even justify like pulling for fun over there. Okay. So, part of what I'm doing also is that I'm kind of coping a little bit. And part of the reason why I'm coping a little bit is because soon we will have so one of my other currencies that I kind of have that I've been like sitting on for a little while, if I can find it. Or oh no, they're under materials. Are the well, these are all my extra tickets, by the way. Where is it? I thought it would be up here with the coins and stuff. Yeah, okay, these are my salamander coins. So the reason why I've been kind of sitting on these is because you typically only get 5 salamander coins per battle pass. And so I'll be at 19. Right? No, I'll be at I'll actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah. I'll be at 19. It's because there was one season I didn't finish the battle pass in full. So I have an awkward amount. But you can spend those 10 yeah, you can spend those 10 battle pass things, the coins I was just talking about, in here in the shop of Hawaii. And as you guys can see, a lot of the 5-star weapons I could actually get while they're over here. The two big ones that I would have been eyeballing for the most part would have been Rico's. For regular Rico, every time I have to use her as a navigator. And then Dream and Nightmare's not bad. But I also would have been looking at retro disc style. Or retro disco style. Those are the next two that I'm eyeballing the most. Other than that, I mean, I'll slowly get everybody's 5-star, every like base character's 5-star weapon. That's kind of like a soft goal that I have. I believe I do need both. So with this, we could actually finally start getting Phoebe's weapon to max refinement. Once she gets added to like the standard banner, she'll actually be able to she'll be in a much better spot. I'm gonna eat this demon bite because Shun does not need it. Okay. All right, so Phoebe's weapon is now R6, which I need her to be at for a while, so that works. All right, Phoebe's 91 now. Integrity and labor makes sense for her. But I kind of wish I was using a more universal one. Oh, I forgot it puts in Donkey Kong's main theme as well. I forgot about that little aspect for the song. Okay. So let's take a little brief look around. Because I believe I'm actually like fully out of ways for me to generate marathon energy, and I can't cook any more of these milk teas that I already did. So that'll have to wait till tomorrow. I should get a task running over here. And I would watch the memories. Don't misunderstand me. The memories are like something important that we could watch, but Do I have any requests? No. Of course not. Because everybody hates me. Anyway, what's it called? We don't have, yeah, we actually just don't have a lot going on. I wish there was like a special little reward for showcasing all the badges that I've gotten. Oh yeah, this would have, those four I'm never gonna get. I'm not gonna sit there and find every destroyable object. Oh, I need to max out band club and stuff too. Oops. Oopsies. All right. Oh, sweet. Okay. We do still have some more stuff to do. They finally reset this. I don't think I need anything from here from right now, so I'm going to go on ahead and just do the... I'm just going to quick clear. All right. I love how that put me at number 581. That's so funny. 400 metajoules, and then I'm going to get 22 from this. So that's not bad. Each time a technical is activated, all allies get a seal of power. That one's not going to be the easiest. This is just Makoto team. So let's see. A lot of people probably who are already ranked. Yeah, it's literally just Animatoy. Even though unfortunately they don't work that well together. So I think it's technically supposed to be on I think it's supposed to be on key, and from there it's either going to be Cord or the twins or even Tempest Rico. I think it's Cord. This sounds okay. So 1, 2, maybe 3? It could also be Norn, because I don't know how much damage these guys are going to do. Because I could bring full fire, but I think it's okay that I don't. Alright, so the buff, like we mentioned before, this buff was specifically for like Matoy and her mechanics with technicals, but unfortunately, probably not going to happen for us. Alright. I don't like the team lineup. Okay, Marakunda. The idea is that hopefully that On gets strong enough to where, like, just through the use of a couple technicals, like, It'll all end up being fine. Oh, three of us were weak to ice. Oh no. Oh my god, and Key's the only person who could. That's so funny. No worries, we'll just still give the invigorating blend on. I can actually afford to use Key's ult here, I think. Alright, not everyone's burned, but the fire technical should probably be appreciated. Alright, hopefully we don't get hit with that like Ma Bufula. Oh, this is gonna be such a feel sad. All right, party is still looking more on the chipper side. Oh. Huh. Okay. I am going to retreat. Mostly because I need to not only step away again for a moment, I apologize. But maybe rethink this team composition. Because I can probably just bring the twins and have a sustain. So let's save my procs and quit for right now. But I will just be right back. Don't think I'm doing anything nefarious while I'm gone. I'm not scheming to conquer the world or anything. So, just one moment. Okay, apologies for the wait. I think what I may do for the first half, I think I might actually bring a sustain. Marion seems like the most capable. I think capable might be the correct word. Also, I'm enjoying the expedition music, by the way. But the real thing that I'm trying to kind of bring up to speed here is looking at what we have right here. I can raise up the max HP, which means that people like Key can do more damage and stuff like that. I could also bring Luful to try to get more value out of Phoebe. But I was just thinking, like, eh? You know what I mean? Okay. So I could also bring Healer Twins, because Healer Twins isn't too bad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring Healer Twins, because they still have a bit of fire attacks going for them. So okay. Healer Twins just means I don't have to actually worry about HP. Like, like ever. The nice thing is that with 5 things hitting us, we can definitely afford the whole using the thing to using Norn's shield to protect us. Also, can I also talk about how much I hate the way that that thing attacks, or those things? All right, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door battle theme. I mess with it. If y'all saw how I was moving and grooving, you'd be like, oh, this fool's crazy. Dang, no technicals? Whack. All the Madoon uses always do freak me out a little bit. Cause like, they do hurt. All right, Crimson Summon. Kind of wish I brought another buffing persona, but I decided to save Dionysus for the one with Makoto because I think that that one is going to net more value in the long run. So now I think we're going to be using Key's highlight. Our highlight rotation's a little messy because I waited so long. Well, I waited for On to come around. Okay. The damage wasn't miserable. The only reason I didn't use Norn there was because I figured that the twins got healing on tap. Metaphor? If you guys are wondering, I don't have the music player up. So whenever I hear like a game song that I'm like familiar with, I'm like, ooh, what's this? Yeah, this is Metaphor. Sometimes I do miss having a camera on, because if you saw how hard I was vibing right now to the Warriors in Valor, you'd be like, oh right, he's a fan. I'll do Wind Barrier this round. No, I'm gonna risk it, because I think I know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna use the twins highlight here. And we're gonna use this opportunity to heal first. So yeah, we're gonna be trying to kind of set up for like an explosive final turn. All right, just don't kill the twins. Their door. I was about to say, don't you dare. Because I was about to be like, those are some fighting words. So it's not going to be the strongest invigorating blend. But that's fine. All right, inflicted sacred flame on everybody. There probably should have been a point where I casted Rebellion, but I was using Norn as a precaution in case the twin sustain for some reason wasn't enough. If we're lucky, we can do on highlight again. We are not lucky. I think that one turn, if she wasn't down and I had to wait for like to actually for her to get up for her to take advantage, then that probably would have ended up a little bit different. Ashley. All right. This entire section screams Makoto, so I'm okay with a Makoto shill fight. See, if Makoto's highlight wasn't so integral to like some of her burst damage, I probably would have brought in Wind Vast. And to be honest with you, I was still actually partially tempted. Yep, I was about to be like, this is the team composition right here. The team composition is the dream. I was about to say, Beef, this can't be that hard. You're running on an SSD. You're gorgeous, okay? Ashley. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Rebellion here. Rebellion's probably a nice, safe one. Let's kind of take advantage of. We also have the departure control stuff. I have no idea what the song this is. I was trying to put like anything that would like work with the song, but nothing came to mind. It's crazy how like between increasing Makoto's like offensive prowess versus decreasing their defense is how much debuffs kind of suck. So I'm using Catchy Hook right here because I want Makoto's stuff to all still line up together. Okay. Also, I have no idea what song this is. Oh, that's why I looked over into the Castlevania. That makes sense why I don't know why. I'm using this to kind of implement the defense down. Okay. There are some turns where I thought about casting skill 1. Ugh, that Boofy was nasty. Should be okay. Okay. So for right now, I'm just kind of focusing a lot more on keeping the buffs on and active. Which surprisingly has been working pretty well for myself. Okay, thank you for spreading the damage out. I was fearful for my life for a second there. Okay. Kind of setting up for one, like, very, not last explosive turn, but like Makoto's already angry. But yeah, if I had set up to play around like a 3-turn rotation, I think that the score could be a bit higher. But I might do what I did last time, wait until like the tail end again. You know, I kind of forgot that was going to be my last thingy for the match, so I probably could have waited until everyone applied like their buffs, debuffs, whatever. That's fine though. So we're good. We're good for now. Number 23. That number is going to change drastically, but by the time like we're good. Okay. I think we're pretty much in a pretty good spot. How come they put so many of the revelations in the shop? It feels like you really don't get enough to take advantage of that? But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, the game's gonna keep bothering me about this until like I just sit here and be like, yay. Yay. Yes. Yes, this is giving so much life. God, I can't wait until I have as many of these as I can use, I guess. I was gonna say this. Oh, that's Mario Kart? Huh. Mario Kart was not where my brain was for that. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Okay. Weirdly enough, I feel content. I know this week's had a kind of a couple, all three streams today were kind of short, back to back to back. But as of right now, I really don't have too much else to do. I'm gonna kind of assess as we go, but just kind of show off. Velvet Trial's done, Metro's done, Guild Battle's done, Astrolabe's done, Sea of Souls is done for now. I may have enough stamina to do Take Your Love once. And I finished Unconditional Love Final Phase. I finished Akashi's Tower, which by the way was a pain in the butt, but it wasn't like world ending. It wasn't too bad to do. I guess before I go, I can kind of talk about the team compositions that I used here. Because next in 7 days I'll have my remaining rewards and willpower and all that, because what, that's 80. I get 80 little blue balls, 160 of that stuff in what, that's 1800. Yeah, because that's 1600 plus 200, so yeah, 1800 of the stars. I am eating. But first room, I just used Puppet and Wonder together, and I just used kind of like a more standard Joker team. Not too bad. We're gonna actually go to the right and kind of loop back around. Next one, I didn't want to use any other support units, so I opted for regular Moko, but otherwise a tropical closer team. This was like one of the 2 times that I actually got to use Seiji here. Big thing here was to try to avoid using using up my more premium sustains. That was kind of my end all goal. I used Kaio there just because needed to use a navigator. This one, I know that this mission screams use Cord. Didn't have to. But on Key and Soy with Phoebe. This one was a little bit of a toughie. But this wasn't too bad with like the whole Resonance Edition and everything. I just focused on trying to buff up Katone as quickly as possible, and then nuked Mara. Over here, technicals, I believe I used the twins here originally, but now I swapped over to using like On Fire Team because On still gets some technicals here and there. I used Seiji here the second time because 2 assassins. And if you guys notice that, like, I don't say another choice, like, say for instance for here, I had Mona here with Rico. I imagine that like your sustain unit and your navigator will probably not matter all that much. Now, this was a doozy. If you guys wanted to see me struggle yesterday, the beta Stella was the worst. Probably like one of my least favorite Stellas to have done. The Theta Stella, which we did today. These last 5, as I'm going back around, are ones that we did today earlier in the stream. So once the VOD officially goes up, you'll be able to see and take advantage of like listening to this and everything. But yeah, the idea here, buff up Katone, have her one-shot things. This one over here. Makoto Rushdown, I believe. Yeah. Whenever pretty much my entire focus that entire fight was to just rush the single target down. Just kind of just using the standard rotations and stuff. DPS Wonder, I use the Yoshitsune. So if you guys don't have him, you guys are gonna have to get a little creative. I imagine something like Siegfried would probably work out fine enough. And I'm just talking about just a persona that we have access to because they're free at the moment. And then another Rushdown. Because I did not have any healing from a Resonance. Lastly, I used Sweeper Twins and focused a lot on... I basically used the same strategy that I used for this, for the Beta Stella over here in Alpha 2. All in all, wasn't too bad. Outside of the one that I got stuck on. So ultimately, I kind of acknowledge that we still have about an hour left for stream. I'm thinking about switching games, I just don't know what to. But also, I'm just sleepy. I guess general announcements. I'm going to be messing with some audio settings again. Whether or not it sounds good or not, we're going to find out. Well, continuing on with that as my brain blanks. As a reminder, Mario and Luigi Brothership starts on Monday. So that alone I think is exciting. Cause I think it's actually the first Mario game I'm covering. No, I cover Paper Mario. But I think it's my first of the Mario and Luigi games that I'm covering. So that's exciting on its own. I'm going to be playing it through the Switch too. I'm not doing any like fancy schmancy mods or anything like that. And then I think that's really about it. Other than that, I mean, things are just gonna kind of continue as normal. One of the experiments that I've been kind of working on off to the side has been the like slightly different thumbnails. I think I like how these thumbnails feel on average better than what I was doing before, but that's more so because you can kind of like actually see. As for some other future content plans, I do want to do more P5X related content, but I don't know if it'll go on this channel. So that's the only real issue. So I think other than that, I think we are in like a pretty decent spot, all things considered. So if you guys wanted to, you guys can always, give me a follow, give me a subscribe. I play a lot of video games, and most of the time when I'm not playing like a unique game, or if I have some downtime, I like playing Persona 5 The Phantom X. So that'll be kind of one of the more mainstays on the channel and everything. So I do appreciate all you guys for watching tonight. And like I said, on Monday we're going to be starting Mario and Luigi Brothership. If you guys want to tune in for that, you guys can always hit subscribe and everything. Subscribe, follow, regardless of what platform you are watching me on. Sennheiser VT. And I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? You guys have a lovely night.